let's go ahead and hit the pretty button. Now there is a little bit of a delay, so I don't know if it's about to go live or if it's going to go live in a second or if it started even before I actually hit the button. But how you doing? How you doing? And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's a good thing to be saying again. So today we are going to be working on a project for the next season of DHP, which starts December 16th or 19th, somewhere in that window. But it's like 2.5 weeks away, maybe 3 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and start working on the trailer for it. We've already recorded a bunch of demos for it, and we essentially just need to go through and save all of the camera shots. We've got a little toy to help us in that adventure. This is your boy's relatively brand new MIDI controller. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. And essentially because this game is insane, and actually I can even show you, hold on. Let me get my stuff straight real quick. Doot. Also, I need to figure out the link for this and share it on Twitter, so I need to do that as well. Give me 1 second. Also, shout out to anyone that comes and checks the VOD, because that's only people really there in the first minute. But let's go ahead and, because I don't know how to do this smoothly from my computer, I'm gonna just be lazy and do it from my phone real quick. Copy link. Open my Twitter. Okay. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. Live over on YouTube. And copy and paste, and it almost looks like you know what we're doing. Though watch that be a mobile link, so watch it not actually. Oh no, it looks okay. Don't see the pretty thumbnail I spent all that time making, but that's how it be sometimes. What up, brother? How you doing, man? So anyway, sorry about that. What I was getting ready to show you is because of the cool little MIDI controller that I have now. Let's see if I do have debug mode on. So as I twist these little buttons or move these up and down, this one's a little bit easier to see what's actually happening. I basically have a little editor and can do a lot of the camera control stuff, environmental control. I do want to try and set up a couple more of the bindings on it for some stuff. Hold on, I need to open up the notepad that has all my fun stuff in it. But there's some like atmospheric stuff that I've found that once you start changing some of the values on that, you can kind of get like different colors in the sky. You can get some really wild stuff going on with your sky shots. And because I, on this seed, got really lucky and had abandoned cabins and lighthouse nearby, I figured that that would be a kind of good thing to have to really fill a shot, and then as long as I can get like a pretty sunset or something crazy going on with the sky behind it, that'd be a good opening for the trailer. But essentially what we're trying to do is essentially make a cinematic trailer like about a minute long for a DHP. I've already recorded a decent amount of stuff. At the end of last season, we recorded a bunch of demos, me and a handful of people, for like 4-5 hours. Like, it ended up going way longer than I thought. So we have a ton of demo stuff that we're able to do with a whole bunch of group activities from it, a whole bunch of people fighting giant helicopters. It's a good time. It's a good time. But the stuff that I have pulled up right now, hold on, let me get this going. Alright. But the stuff that I have recorded right now, or at least this demo, is essentially for this dude to come back to his base. I'm probably going to start from somewhere. Actually, hold on. Let me turn down my... Nope, that's camera scale. There we go. I want to turn this right on down to about nothing. And we also need to turn on camera lerps so that we have more smooth function, but essentially probably going to start somewhere on this desk here. I think we actually might have one or two test ones. Yeah, I'll just play one of these for you real quick. So this was me. I recorded this one because it was generally kind of how I wanted it to flow, but I needed to be able to test to see if I can do a whole bunch of like depth of field and different changes in the actual recorded camera shot, or if I needed to have all of the depth of field and focus stuff, which actually, hold on, all of that is turned off right now. And this also combines almost like nerdy little bits of code and everything with like artsy camera stuff. So it's a little bit of something I'm super familiar with, copying, pasting things into a complex system like I know what the fuck I'm doing. And then a new thing, which is learning a whole bunch of cinematography stuff. Still feels like that's not actually where it needs to be. Check a couple of things, turn all this stuff up, because I had to basically tone some stuff down when I actually started playing a wipe the other night from what I had on my graphic settings to for the cinematics. Alright, that's going to take a second, and now we're going to click it again, and it's going to take another second. Alright. Think we had this up to, yeah, we'll leave that max quality. I don't really remember what this one does. We'll just turn that up to 2. Was there anything else that I turned down? Not really. Got depth of field back on. I don't think high quality bloom is. We'll leave sharpen on. We'll test with motion blur on and off. Also, I put lights in here because I wanted it to be kind of nighttime. There we go. So the shot's supposed to be a lot darker, a little bit like this, because the darkness kind of, I think, makes some of the things that are lower detail pop a little bit more. Like this little furnace right here, I feel like looks like it's got a lot sharper detail in kind of a night shot than when it's daytime. So, essentially the way that I want the trailer to roll is open up with a big kind of like sprawling shot where you get a bunch of like nature, and we have abandoned cabins and lighthouse right there, and then we play with the sky settings to see if we can do something just to kind of pretty that up and add a little bit depth to that. Then we'll switch it to this guy coming home at night. There'll probably be at least some kind of intro shot of him going up to the front of the base, maybe just one running up. I'll play with that one a little bit and see where we actually want to go with it. To him then coming inside, putting away some loot and everything like that, and then he stops, and you guys can't see it right here, but let me take control of it. But we have a picture frame right here. So kind of one of the last shots is going to be the camera kind of noticing that he like stops, turns, and looks at something, and then we're going to flip to a view probably over the shoulder at first. And we're going to essentially take a still image from one of the other demo cinematographics that we have. I think there's one where I got a bunch of people to like stand up on a cliff and look over. And so I might open up with that shot, and then we'll essentially kind of just slowly zoom into that. And then that shot will kind of come to life, and it'll transition to that, and then we'll go through a roll of kind of just jumping between stuff that we recorded at the end of last DHP season, us running around with a couple of people. And then, yeah, I think I still kind of want to end it with a pretty little Christmas house, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take me, like, at least 3 to 4 hours to build the house on my private server. So I don't know if I'll have time for that, but I think we will. I think we will. Because now that trees have been buffed and trees are a lot thicker, I kind of want to find a snowy area that I can spawn a bunch of trees in and make it like a, you know, house buried in the middle of the snowy woods up in the mountains or something, and then have all the Christmas stuff like kind of flicker on, essentially. And then it'd be kind of ominous at first, leading into it being like more festive and everything like that, and then some text we'll throw up there. At least that's the general idea for what we're trying to do. So, okay, we're zoomed back out. We can go ahead and turn camera lerp down, but I do want to turn cam speed up a little bit so we can get back out here. Alright. So, do we want to go with morning? Oh, and the sun does come up right there. That's kind of sick. I honestly didn't think about that when I first recorded. I thought about it after the fact, like, oh, hope the sun's somewhere in this angle. Alright, so we're going to have to kind of use morning because it doesn't seem like evening you really get any good mix in colors. Any good mix in colors is probably, you know, way off that way. Yeah. So we'll put this back over here. Alright, maybe I was lying when I said we can go ahead and have camera lerp down so far. We need a little bit more control of that. Turn depth of field back off for a second. Turn load bias up to 5. Because that's essentially just level of details of things at a distance. Let's pull up some of these real quick. Yo, what up, Yusef? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you stopping by, man. So we need to... We'll set these at max. Actually, we should be able to just copy and paste straight from this. Alright. Alright. And then what was the other one? Grass distance. I think we can put that one up to 200. Some of these, like, they'll specifically mention the ranges that they work with, in between in, like, the stuff from Rust, because the Rust developers are themselves are the one that provide the crazy demo tools that we're playing with right now. But it's not always clear what values you have to work in with those settings. Sometimes they clearly state them, and other times you kind of just have to play with them. So it's a little bit weird of a system to pick up sometimes. So, what I don't see on here, and maybe I just had it pulled up in another tab and didn't copy and put it all into my master list of commands here, but I'm not seeing the weird settings that'll let us start messing with what up, Shitten? Appreciate you stopping by, man. And yeah, no, I'm glad almost no one plays Raja anymore. I saw there's a Rust content creator, Komomo, and he had a random ad for Dragon Raja, and I almost fell out of my fucking chair laughing. Because at that point, that game's like a year and a half old. All those servers are dead. Like, bless their little hearts for still trying, but yeah, no, I'm glad those days are far, far past. I hope you are playing much better games these days. But, alright, so I need to try and see if I can find those commands real quick. Rust Cinematic Atmosphere. Oh, nope, getting a bunch of results about the, the Rust movie shooting. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's what I want in my Rust search results. Rust admin. I don't want to say the weather because I know there's a couple of weather commands. Well, you know what? They'll probably show up on the same page as the weather commands. Because if they're like atmospheric settings, that's kind of weather related. I mean, in our world, yeah. I don't think that's how the game determines when it's raining. I don't think they're making fake weather systems. I think that's just a random on-off. Alright, so... And this is what I was just talking about. So we've got clear, dust, fog, rain, overcast, rain heavy. Like, those are all the weather settings themselves. We can find out what it is, but you see how in the weather report here, all the stuff that it's listing here, like the relay multiplier, that's one of the things that I know that one specifically affects how the weather and stuff, or how like some of the clouds and atmosphere and the coloring of it all comes together. So this is all commands for if you're trying to like set what the chance is for these storms to happen on like your server. Not what we want, not what we want, not what we want. But we're only like halfway down this scrolling list, so we have a chance here. We have a chance. Just grab this actually. And oh. Okay, so this gives this is a server variable that controls the relay scattering intensity, a rather complex concept which ultimately determines the color of the sky. So, is it just between 0 and 1 that we're doing this, so we're only working in decimals? Question mark? Alright, so let's start with this one, and then we'll play with it from there and see if we can actually see. Or is it FC? There's a specific command that if it's a like admin setting, you have to put in front of it. Oh, SV, it says it right here. You have to put SV in front of it. See, we know things, kind of. Alright, so don't know anything, notice anything crazy from that. Let's take this back to the beginning and just kind of let it play. Sometimes when you're changing stuff, you won't see too much of it until like the scene's actually playing. It kind of loads up then. But this is mostly what working on cinematographics is like. You're just kind of playing with and plugging in stuff, seeing how it looks. Turn depth of field off, right? Yeah. Still feels like I'm seeing some like fisheye kind of lens. Let's turn that back off. And wasn't there... Let's take off sharpening. No, we didn't turn that on. I thought for a second maybe we had that on. I don't think we want that on. I'll try though. Okay, let's check see what the my is at. Well, they're all set to -1 essentially means that it runs at server time and works as normal. So let's actually try just putting this in at 0 real quick. With SV at the front of it, like we learned. And we'll do 0.8. Now when we type atmosphere again... Okay, no, it's still... Maybe that's just the default what it shows. Let's do my... Let's just set it all the way up to 1. And put SV at the beginning of it like we learned to do. Oh, and this covers up my my chat thing, my bad. What up, Gaming Geek? Sorry. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I have not posted anything in quite a while. I'm kind of done with the mobile game life. I don't know if it was, and I'll probably do a video on this. I've got a project that I've been working on the past couple of months. Essentially, I'm trying to make a cinematic, episodic show using the Rust cinematics that you see here. And I've been writing and working on that. I've actually got a Google document that I'll kind of give you guys a quick preview. But this is my baby, Chat Academy. We got the YouTube channel made for it. Just don't have the logo finished. I've got a placeholder one that I'm using right now, but still need to talk to a buddy and see if he was still working on something we were talking about. But essentially, it's going to, depending on how runtime works out early on, be between like 10 and potentially 30 minutes. Probably 30 minutes eventually, probably closer to 10 to start out. But they're mostly contained episodes with some serial elements. So like the difference between like an episodic show and a serial show is think like Rick and Morty, where they essentially all the episodes are self-contained stories that really only matter inside of that. Whereas serial shows are like Breaking Bad and everything, where it's like a chronological march through. I'm trying to do a mix of both of those, which is probably going to be a mistake, because this is my first attempt at doing any kind of like creative writing kind of thing, and I've really enjoyed the process, but it's definitely been a lot to get to the point that we have as far as stuff built up for it. But it's an experience. It's an experience. But yeah, no, this'll also get its own thing. I think after this DHP trailer, I'm gonna try and make a trailer for Chat Academy, and get that out, or maybe just start trying to work on episode 1. To be honest, we'll see. We will see. All right, let me pop all my screens back up. Oh, excuse me. Alright. And yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping by and hanging out. I know it's been a minute. It has been quite a minute. Alright, so do 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 do. Alright, let's see. Could we get a little bit of admin fog in here? Alright, so that seems like a lot of fog. Let's put that at 0.5 maybe? Maybe 7.5. What are clouds on? Let's do 0.9. Style that back to like maybe a 8. You know, another thing that I'm thinking about, we might have to reverse the footage a little bit, because I want it to fake the essentially the sun going down. Well, I don't think it'll... Well, let's play it real quick. You can't really see any motion in it from here, can you? No. And we can stretch out the clip, however long the clip is that we use for that. I'm sure we can pad it down and slow it down a little bit. But okay, okay. So, hold on. Let's just real quick, so that I don't have to search for all of these again. Atmosphere. Alright. So we've got brightness, which I don't think we've played with yet. I think that's the next thing we'll check out. We've also got some contrast up in there. And these are the ones that I'm not sure if I might have to try and set these in the demo when I'm recording them. I don't know if they'll really let us play with them too much here. We're gonna give it the old college try. Again, it looks like all these ones just work off the 0 to 1 thing, which I don't know which thing I'm bumping to make that lose its mind right now, but it'll be alright. Oh, cloud size. Hell yeah. I wonder if we could knock it down a little bit so that there's less full cloud coverage, and see if we can get just a couple of really big ones. So if we do that, weather, cloud, ooh. And we'll set this bad boy to like 0.9, and we have to put SV at the start of it. Did that make a noticeable difference? Set it to 1. Okay, plot twist. Guess what the next one is? Cloud coverage. It's not bad. Here, what time is this going between? Which one is my... Is it this one? Hold on. Y'all just ready to see a lot of lines? Bam. Alright, so knob 75 and 71 are losing their minds. This is knob 16, 72. Okay. Knob 75 is the first slider. Really? Why is that one freaking out like that? Whatever, it'll be alright. Sure, that's a healthy sign, right? Just gonna unplug this and plug it back in real quick. See if she calmed down a little bit. Nope, okay. We'll turn debug mode back off. We don't need to see all that. This is already confusing enough as it is. Alright, so I'm gonna bring this in over. Let me actually make it a little bit smaller. Got one screen that's like 4K resolution. It's just a TV to the side, and yeah, trying to move windows between that and 1920 resolution. Not always happy. Not always happy. Okay, I think these really are going to be something that, I mean, we can load into my private server and test some of this stuff out and see if we are really seeing a big difference there. Alright, what was the top one I had in less brightness? So I still need to grab the stuff that was above that. Cloud coloring. Not super seeing a difference there. It does look like some weird fisheye thing is going on though, right? I'm not crazy. Is that from the aperture? Yes, it was, because that's how open the lens is, Ian. That's how cameras work. You know, this thing you barely understand that you're trying to do crazy stuff with. Do-do-do. Yeah, originally what I wanted to do with this shot was have it kind of start out over here, but for whatever reason, there's this and another bug box that are sitting all the way out here for no good goddamn reason. So it kind of ruined, yeah. And I've tried to reload it a couple of times before stream to see if I could get it to kind of resolve this, because that box is supposed to be in that building. He's supposed to be running right through here right now. So part of what I had planned for an opening shot is kind of a no-go now. Come on. There we go. For a second it wasn't letting me hide the cursor and go back to camera control. I think I might have pissed it off when I unplugged it. Hold on, there's a... Did the program for it open or something? Is it MIDI driver? No. Okay. We gonna restart Rust real fast. Alright, we're gonna relaunch this. And then this is the program that lets us make changes and stuff on here. I think the value of these is, yeah. I think because I had this issue before where this was messing up. Send to keyboard. Okay. And let's relaunch Steam, or Rust. Yeah, that unfortunately happens from time to time where that stuff will kind of just die out. But because when I actually do decide how I've set everything up for the shot, once I basically go through and record the shot itself, it saves as a specific file. And then past that, I can go back into that and do other passes with it, and then mess with the depth of field settings and try and get nice like changes in focus and things like that going. But it's not too bad having to do restarts like this. Because trust me, having stuff like this is a lot easier than typing out the commands each time when I want to adjust a setting. And these are all the DHP stuff. It was all these ones from the 30th. So this is all the other demos that we have to work with when we do the transition from the zooming into the picture frame shot into cutting through a bunch of stuff through these different things. So I'm excited. I think it'll look really good and mesh pretty well. Alright, we'll do this one. And then it loads up like you're connecting to a server. It's kind of crazy the tools that they give you to be able to do all this stuff. That's not something you see almost any games do. So why the Murder Hobo Minecraft game is like, oh yeah, by the way, you can also make crazy movie stuff. Oh. Okay. Yeah, no problem. So, it's actually pretty crazy that there aren't more people doing what I'm trying to do. Because Chat Academy would be a pretty unique thing in the Rust world. Most Rust creators on YouTube kind of just do these like story narrative wipes where like someone they fight early on will be like the bad guy that they gotta raid and everything, which shout out to those poor bastards who are just like fight someone randomly one day, fight him again later, log in the next day, like, oh, my base is gone, okay. 2 weeks later they see a YouTube video about him, so what the fuck? But nah, it's all good. It's all good. So it'll be an interesting project to work on because there's not anything else really like that. So I think that it'll be able to kind of make its own space and hopefully spawn other shows. There's a couple other things that I want to do with that too. We'll see. I want to do something with like a kind of a sketch thing, but that I could potentially just turn into like a YouTube Shorts thing and then also put it on like TikTok and shit and see how that goes. Because that I can just do like, take a 1 minute skit idea of like a funny situation, something happening, and then edit that up and put that out versus Chat Academy where it's an episodic show where I'm taking things like the writing and characters and stuff somewhat serious. Yeah, I know, right? I wonder how many people have like unknowingly been the quote unquote bad guys in somebody's YouTube video. That is an honest question since 99% of the content for it is that. I mean, statistically, it has to happen a lot, I guess. Maybe someone you kill every wipe is doing it. YouTubers everywhere. Where is... Okay. Kind of proud of you right now, OBS. You're chugging along pretty good there, bud. RIP Streamlabs, though. Their interface was a lot easier to keep track of everything instead of kind of either having multiple things in the same view. It just had everything all together. So I could see a lot of analytics pretty quickly through that. Okay. Not too bad. By the way, how's Final Fantasy treating you? I was about to say, I think my Rust forgot it was supposed to be loading. Come on, man. It's gonna do us dirty, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna do us dirty. Alright. So I don't think... I mean, I could probably still... Where's it at? Set these commands to MIDI convar things. I would just have to put the SV at the start of all the commands, so that's what it's rolling through. But it looks like I need to do those while I'm recording the demo. So it's I need to kind of make it a little bit of their own space on the MIDI controller. So I can have like maybe one side dedicated to the camera work and stuff that I can do after the fact, and then all the stuff that I have to do when I record the demo on like the right side or something. Nice, congrats on hitting 83, man. That's what's up. Alright, and then also, was there any more of these? Attenuation? That's not even a word, is it? Signs just be making stuff up. Oh, how dark the clouds are as they get thicker. Alright, alright. It's going on the list. Ooh. Alright, that's almost the lens flare option we're looking for. Looking for a little bit of that sky pop. Which, if we end up needing to, we can also just go back and record a new demo for the opening scene that we're looking at. If that's what it takes to make the camera stuff. Because that same seed should still be on my private server. I recorded this a couple of nights ago, so... We shouldn't have lost the abandoned cabins lighthouse combo. That modest player home choice. It's not next to launch site. That's what we're gonna say. That's what we're gonna say. Alright. Though I feel like brightness was back up at the top, or maybe I'm tripping. So what was the first one again that we did? Oh, it's literally brightness. Oh, atmosphere and cloud are two different settings. Got you. Got you. Okay, okay. Guess I should have wrote atmosphere / cloud when I was labeling that. Alright, so... Atmosphere brightness. So my would have been the next one. See? See? The relay. Again, not 100% sure what that means. Also, because I'm OCD, we are putting clouds there. I was not memeing. And then the weather commands, we already have the stuff for, so I'm not worried about that. I don't really think wind has something that you can really see, except maybe how it's moving other stuff around, but I don't think that's an effect that we can make go buck wild. I mean, we can try real quick. Fuck it. Oops. That seems like a lot. Okay. Alright, so just for science sake, let's go to my server real quick. And we'll see if we can try and get this get these settings so that we can kind of see what they're doing a little bit. That shouldn't be too bad. Come on, game, you can do it. Oh, my nephew says hi. Hi, Ollie. How you doing, bud? Be heartbroken if I did this before the force swipe and there's a new seed up. It shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure I did this the day that force swipe happened. Oh, we gonna see. We gonna see. I mean, if it's letting me get this far, because if I haven't rebooted it since the update, then it wouldn't even let me come in, and I would have to pull up the web browser login for that and do it through a command console there. Right? Yeah, no, we're on the same island. No clip. So we could lie. We could put a base that looks like the base from the demo that we have right there. I'm not rebuilding that entire thing. But we could lie and at least get the opening shot right and then switch over to the other demo footage we have. That's a shame. That is an absolute shame. Bam. Bam. Give me a couple K stone. A little bit of wood. And what I have on the outside of it, we had this. And then we had one of the new lights. I'll just put a test generator inside the base to make that passing. Alright. Let's say it was about here. Actually, I think it was further up, but that's fine. We don't have to show that same perspective. We'll just go from the base being in the corner of the opening shot to the interior of the demos we already have recorded, so yeah. Not ideal, but there's a way to still cheat the system. Alright. So the one time no clip is actually inconvenient in this game is when you're trying to build shit. Cool. Oh, we had two of them, didn't we? One on top, one on bottom. kind of centered, just off a little bit this way. Alright, I'm gonna move that top one over, because the bottom one's better centered. Just trying to have them match how they were both off. That's perfect. We'll take that. And literally just slap this down right here. Get ourselves a wiring tool real quick. It's supposed to glow green when I can put it in, or just no, I can just plug it in straight away. Okay. Alright, and I do want to cheat this back inside. Alright, and now those are mostly hidden. I like it. I like it. Alright, let's play with the sky stuff now. Go back to no clips so I don't get murdered by a bear or something goofy. Do. Alright. So let's start off with Rayleigh, because I want to get a feel for what that's kind of doing. Oh, wow. Okay, that's weird. Let's do 5. Why do I feel like I broke it? Did I break it? -1. 1. Okay, it's the quotations that were messing that up. 0.8. 0.5. Oh, it's like the darkness and the blue of the sky. Okay. Okay. Where is... Alright, that was definitely not the key that used to be the time scale. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Okay. We'll kind of leave it here as we play with some of the other stuff. So we know, okay, so Rayleigh is the blue of the sky, let's say. Let's get rid of these quotations so that we don't make it matte again. And just go back and put SV at the start. Alright. This is gonna get slightly annoying. But I think when we reset that, yeah, we lost some stuff in some places. So knob 17 is nothing now. And it's what, channel 0, channel 1, channel 1. Do we have our MIDI convar thing saved somewhere? No. Okay. Alright, so it's gonna be do. We'll just copy and paste one of the examples they use and then change it up as we need it. So take the space out of there. This one on the end is 17. It's already on channel 1. And we want gotta have SV in front of it. This is what I meant, by the way, when I was like, oh, it's like a mix of coding and cool camera stuff. So let's see if this works. Does my just not change very much? What is... I'm having a hard time just reading it. Alright, so maybe instead of my... Let's do some of the cloud size stuff. I feel like that's not working because of, if you notice how like the numbers it's actually going with, it's going to like the millionth place instead of just even like 1.1.8, you know, stuff like that. So I wonder if we just have to manually set that stuff. So let me wipe this clear with something else. Do admin fog. I don't know if we need SV for admin fog, but packet flooding client command. Okay. I read that as my MIDI controller apparently bullying with how many command it's sending. Might just have to make like a spreadsheet or something with all the commands in easy copy and paste form for me to quickly move between some of this stuff. So I want to get some of these shots actually done. It should be on this one. Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, so maybe the atmospheric and cloud stuff, since those are server settings and not client-side camera settings, probably not a good idea to keybind to the thing that I guess is sporadically just jumping and jittering between small digits. So... you know, it's just a learning experience. You gotta get there to get there, you know what I mean? So I will do these ones by hand and stuff and make life a little bit easier that way. But being able to, knowing that we have to set this stuff in the demo before we record is huge. Because I thought you could do everything with inside the demo. So good to know. Good to know. That's just part of the part of the process that you set that up when you're recording the demo. In the demo recording process, you're already like, you've got it outlined in your head anyways. You're likely going to have to either build things, find a place for where what you want to do works. You're either going to have to manually put in some elements, or go full-blown crazy and actually go into Rust Edit, which is a program that lets you essentially make Rust maps, and you can essentially create your own stuff. I'm actually talking with one of my buddies from DHP who does a lot of that, to try and help set me up some set pieces. Because there's a couple of things that I really want to look a specific way for Chat Academy. One of the things I need to do is actually get a heat map, and get that set up. Because manually trying to go through and make the terrain. I wonder if I could re-download Unreal Engine 5 and just do it in that and then export it into that. Should ask Chip about that. He might know. But that would be tight. No clip. No clip. Alright, so... cool. We should be fine. That still might get me in trouble for how much it's just kind of bouncing and teeter-tottering right there. It's staying in the same general spot. So, let's just try a little bit of my, I like 7.5. So I can't really tell what that one's doing. Where's that admin time one again? Because I swear to God that moved from where I had it when we reset the defaults. Okay, we found it. I think that's a... oh, and there's a cargo in this shot? Boy. I wonder if we start with that and then just zoom back over to this. Load bias 5. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get, I don't think it's even possible for that to really be in a frame. But that's a cool, like, kind of little background Easter egg, I suppose. Have a little bit of tasteful grass in there, maybe. I want to try and find the position of where I want the shot to start out at. Not that. That's not bad. The debug camera, which I can probably just go into to make my life a little bit easier here. So this one has easier ups and downs with Q and E that doesn't work when you're actually like in your body. So, a little bit too much. Need to turn camera alert back down so that I have more control over the actual camera. Demo timescale isn't going to help us now. We want to turn camera alert back up. Okay. cam speed was down. Where are you at? God damn it. Ooh. Maybe start the shot within the reeds here, because I like the really kind of golden color that they give, and the fact that you can still see some of the darker stuff out there. So, ooh. Cam speed, we're just setting you to 001. Nope, not what I meant. There we go. Though I think 001 might have been a little bit too far. What, oh, whichever one is bound to it. Okay, there we go. Nope, that was demo timescale. It's admin time again. Why do we have to keep learning that lesson? Focus distance. Really did move this stuff around. I'm gonna have to reset these all up. Oh, there we go. There was cam speed. So we can even set this, if we hold spacebar while we'll do this, like you might not even be able to tell we're moving right now. We're technically moving right now. If I did this as a camera shot, and did it at like 10% time scale, when I then take it into editor, I can speed it up or slow it down or have like kind of a more of a zoom or play with those effects where it kind of changes up a little bit. Then if we have, we'll go ahead and turn camera alert back down, and then turn our DPI on the mouse down all the way. So let's start from like maybe within here where the cabin through the clearing is kind of the main focus. Slide out through here. Maybe start rising a little bit. Oop, that was the wrong button for rising. And I can also put aspect ratio stuff so the things that I want to focus on in a shot are easier to kind of keep in it. And then I can turn that off so that it's not viewable, and I've got the clean kind of cut. So okay, that's not bad. So this is kind of where we'll end the first shot, and then maybe slowly have it drift up into the sky. So that would probably be too far of a drift. Maybe we just do us up to like a quarter of that. But let's give us a nice, beautiful view of the sky before we start messing with this stuff. Yeah, I mean that's what you have to do. Is kind of just mess with things, see what works and whatnot. All right, so I think it didn't like the quotations on that. I think that's what we ran into last time. So we'll just do 0.5 maybe. A little darkness to it. I like it. I feel like that cloud has a little bit more depth now. Hold on, it's... No, oh, it's because I'm not in demo mode. I'm like, wait, hitting Alt isn't bringing up the thing for me to pause it. It's because you're on your server, man. Okay. You know what? That's fair. It's very fair. Alright, so... let's try this one out. Alright, can't tell what changed there, so let's do 0.5. Ooh, is that detailing the clouds themselves? Hold on. Hold up. Okay, that was a little too much. A little too much. Try that one more again, just leave it at 0.6. It looks a little goofy on the cloud to the right. The one to the left, I like the kind of depth and shadow that it has a little bit. Let's play with a few other things real quick. Gotta SV it. Get rid of these. Okay. Just straight up 1. Doesn't look too much different. Ooh, see, that's a big pretty cloud there. I want you over here over top this other one. Can I hit page up or home? Okay. Home takes me straight to the end of it. There's no quick way to get to the other side. RIP. Alright. It's like a 0.4. Did that one get bigger? Is it me, or is that not really doing anything? Ooh. Coverage. Okay, we like coverage. See, this is one that I would wish would work really well on that. Alright, so I don't think it... Does it like increments? Like if we set it to 15. Okay, okay. 32. It'll take a little bit of 32. Okay. I like it, I like it. It's starting to take a little bit more shape. What was attention again? How did I spell it? Oh, it's 2 T's. Oh. Just to see what we're sitting at. Okay, so 0 sharpness right now. We could potentially turn some sharpness up. Like the fogginess is set to such a weird number. That's fun. Alright, so animation. How dark the clouds are in their thickest spots. Okay. Oh no, I guess it should be weather, right? Or no. Cloud sharpness. Yeah, buddy. 0.3. We forgot the SV. Ooh. Why does it feel like that's only adding detail to the lower clouds? I don't know how much I like that. Yeah, I don't really like that. Lower value, it's fine. It's still, I feel like there's a big difference between what the lower ones are looking like and what the top ones are looking like. Da, da, da. Got some more movement on the trees. How much did that affect the movement on the grass? He's flying! And I'm moving so slowly. I think it'll be alright. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Ooh, and I'm hitting the wrong key. There we go. Q is the one that goes up. That's what we want. So what other ones were we looking at? Brightness we got at 0.5. Wait, is contrast really 1.2? Does it let us do that? Do 0.7. Home SV. Oh, that's so weird. I mean, I do kind of like how that looks. Oh, that's too dark. Which one was it? Which magic one was changing the time? There we go. I kind of like this, but I kind of like this for a reason that I think is bad in terms of filmmaking. Like, I like this because, like, between the coloring and scenery, it doesn't really establish a clear vibe, but I almost kind of like that for, like, the very opening shot, like a bit of wet to start with, and then, you know, because I definitely want, once we get to the flashbacky section, for it to kind of have some like feel good kind of vibes. Um, but I don't know. Opening, I kind of like the mix of this. Got bright colored grass that isn't like if we went just a little bit earlier. Like that is dark enough that I'm like that's sad grass. That's sad grass right there, 100%, right? Like that's 100% sad grass. This lightens that up a little bit. We don't necessarily have like the inspiring sun is coming up. It's the just before dawn. like to where the clouds kind of look a little bit creepy. There's still a lot of dark contrast all over the shot, but some things are starting to come into light. I like that. I like that. I wish the clouds were a little bit easier to work with. Like, I wish I could do that stuff inside the demo and it wasn't a server specific thing. Because, again, if it was a client side setting, I wouldn't get disconnected because this thing is just doing the wibbly wobbly with all of its settings. It would just potentially stress my computer out a little bit. And it would let it be something that I can change in the demo instead of making it something that I have to have done when I'm recording the demo. Which really, I mean, nothing. I don't have to do anything for this demo recording because it's just a nature panning shot. So I can literally take my dude, just stick him in the ground real quick, and have him just be underneath where I do want to record. Debug camera. And our cam speed is still down super low. But now the shot should be clear. However, I decide in the end that I want to move around this space. I should be able to. So again, I like this. Let's play with this for a second. Go up maybe just a little bit more. It's not. What are the two other? Isn't DOF debug 1, 2, and 3? Okay, so this is one of the debug things. Is it called something else? Do 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 do. Texture density? Why do I feel like that should be a thing that's actually on? Maybe it's under. Oh, yep, there it is. Alright, what was the other one? So that's not popping up like it should be. It's one of it, and then there's the. Why wasn't aspect ratio? Oh wait, no, it's not aspect ratio. It's another thing. No, maybe it's not under debug camera. Maybe it's under one of the other things. But like this, you know, can help you plan and balance shots so that as you're moving, you're able to keep things in the right focus. I really like the other one because it's the I can't think of the name for it and everything. Um, but this also shows you what's actually coming into focus. So this is really useful when you're working with the depth of field settings and everything like that. And you don't have to have both of these on. DOF debug 0. But just having this up when you're recording, or I really want to know what the other thing was, because I swear I had that recorded. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just something I remember reading on a tab and doing and putting into the thing. Ah, da 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 da. Alright, so we've got the freeze frame, debug camera, guide 2. There we go. So I guess going off of that, now I'm gonna have to look up something to be like, alright, now how do I use this to actually balance a shot that I want? So if I put the focus kind of parallel to that, because I don't think the purpose of this thing is everything goes in the bottom right of the screen always. I don't think this is a crosshair. But I think if I kind of space out this circle decently from this, golden, it's the Fibonacci thing, that's the name of it. I think I might actually have to look up how you correctly do this. I mean, that almost looks pretty clean, to where I have it diagonal from that focus. So as I record my shot, as long as I try to keep that line in more or less the same spot as I'm moving around, I think that does a pretty good job of keeping our focus right there, right? I'm going a little bit past where I was with it. So would that be better if I kept it literally just on this part of the back wall as I moved around all of it? Kinda. So even if I start moving down, I have to tune up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little looking into that. Oop, accidentally took away the screen where I can see chat. Oh shit. Appreciate that, Yusef. So yeah, man, remind me on Discord to send you my Chat Academy thing, man, because I think you would enjoy and appreciate seeing the document and everything that I've been working on to put together this show. This is essentially what I'm putting all of what I would have put into doing mobile game content, I've been putting into working on this. After taking a little bit of time off too, of course. But this is my baby right here. This is what we've been working on. Outlining the episodes themselves, because I have the first two episodes pretty much written out. I think the second one I still have some writing to do. I think I was in the middle of a bit about the new player trying to build a house, but with a soft side on the outside. So with Rust, there's a way that you build your walls where there's like an X on the inside of it when it's still in Twig. That's the soft side. People can use tools and certain weapons to do damage to that side a lot faster than they can the other side. So you want to have all your soft side walls facing the inside of your base. Otherwise, people go shit up. And NP at the start, after getting some resources, it's like, oh yeah, dude basically tells him like, all right, here's what you need to do. Go ahead and do it real quick, and I'll just give you some pointers as you go through. And he builds all of it the wrong way out, but it's the prettier side, it's the lighter side, it's the smoother looking side. He wants to have a pretty base. So I think that was the bit that I was in the middle of outlining when I stopped on episode 2. But it's been a really interesting creative process working on something like this. So I think you would get a kick out of taking a look at all that, man. But yeah, no, this is the baby that we've been working on. Yeah, we'll see. I've also made a bunch of streamer friends by doing all of this stuff, so it's been the most social, even though it's been the quietest part of my content creator life. It's been probably the happiest that I've had. Because just doing YouTube videos by yourself for a year and a half can get pretty isolating and start to feel pretty shitty after a while. So it's really cool to be able to make friends and connections and stuff like that. In fact, one of the dudes that Saturday nights, we've been doing movie nights for the past couple of weeks with a bunch of people in their Discord, and we're talking about turning that into content and everything and making that a YouTube channel and everything. Creators on content. I thought of some like cheesy ass little name for it the other week when we were talking about it, but a lot of little stuff like that. It's nice. It's cool working with other, creative people and stuff. And that same dude also is a VFX person and has history of working on like movies and shows. So I actually talked to him a little bit about all of this and got some advice from him and stuff. He might pitch in a little bit here and there. But he also was just posting yesterday about having some crazy big project that he was potentially going to be looking for some people on. So waiting to see what goes on with that, because he was supposed to be doing a bunch of meetings today for that. So hopefully it's something cool. Chip's dope. Hey man, I appreciate it. It is all good. So yeah, I definitely need to look up and figure out how to use the Fibonacci sequence for balancing shots and stuff. Because I'm sure there's a multitude ways to do it. Maybe I keep the thing I'm trying to focus on kind of right there, and then line the middle of the hook thingy right here up with that, and that's how we want to center it as we move around it. I don't know. I'm not a cinematographer, man. I mean, it does a cool, interesting job, and I guess it's kind of better than, depending on how I guess it's actually supposed to be used, than just like having something dead center in the middle and you're just slowly panning around that. I think using something like this gives it a more polished look, so that's cool. That's cool. This is probably enough. We can probably stop playing with this and actually record like a 30-second demo of this. So I don't think we're going to get too much further than we did with the cloud settings, and I'll definitely play with those again at some point. 0. Or maybe just type it again. Or just 0. There we go. Yeah, it's just 0 to turn it off. And then 1 or 2 just the modes that you can switch between. Hell yeah, man. Definitely appreciate that $5, homie. Much, much appreciated. And the DHP Season 4 starts the 16th, so provided that no issues go on with that, I'll probably be live streaming that. And then otherwise, I'll be working on a trailer for the channel here soon. And then just Trad Academy stuff for a little while. And then, I don't know, we might do some other little bits of like Rust content on this channel. I might do some like silly building guides or some other like little kind of goofy things, but I don't know. Might have to sideline this one for a little bit just to get that up and going and all working. Demo.record. DHP trailer. Open sun. We'll go with that. Okay. I was like, I don't see the recording thing. Well, I am in debug camera mode. Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. So, I'm just gonna chill down here, let it record for like 30, 40 seconds or so. Do. Alright. And that should be enough. That should be all we need. I should probably get above ground. So wait, if this messed up, do I still have my... Decay is supposed to be off on my server, so things that I build are not supposed to ever go bye-byes. Let's go check this out real quick. By the way, they buffed this in the last patch, and it went from being something I've never touched in the almost year I've been playing this game to, it's insane. Like, it's absolutely goated. Surprised this isn't having more of a heart attack, because all my graphics settings should be turned up right now, which is kind of why you see some stuff snapping and loading. Yeah. It's probably just because I'm too high, moving too quick for it to get too mad at me. Alright. Is our Chadley little base still here? Or is she gone? She looks pretty gone, fellas. She looks pretty gone. Man. Oh, such a good tower build. Okay. Well, that's sad. But we're done on my private server. We can go back to 2Ds. Refresh this. Go to this one. And the only thing that sucks is that we can essentially only save the camera shots for this. To be able to string all this and edit it together, I have to use like OBS to record the save thing once I have that all said and done. Then just string those together in Premiere, which definitely wouldn't run the same time. So I won't be able to do editing stuff and everything with y'all, but we'll be able to do a little bit. So by the way, Yusef, what you been playing, man? Okay, so let's click disconnect, because we have apparently angered it by trying to do it this way. So we are no longer connected to my server. See? See. Alright, let's go. I'm a little sad that what we had to do with resetting the controls to the MIDI controller, changed some of the knob values and broke that. 1 second. Man, one of the only downsides to this green screen is basically cuts off the side of my room where the fan is, and your boy is slightly starting to die from it now. Genshin, PUBG, New State. Are you playing PUBG on the computer, or are you playing the like PUBG Mobile? I have no idea what New State. How's that? Also, did you see that Tectone is becoming one of the bigger guys on Twitch? That man just got put into OTK. I'm kind of hyped for that man, not gonna lie. I mean, I hate Genshin so much. But, yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll all get the last laugh, because China's been in that habit of arresting their billionaires over the last 2 years, and they've also this year started a big push and kind of declared a bit of a war on gaming in their own country. So, maybe we'll see MiHoYo go to jail. Alright. Cloud's looking a little different. Oh, it's the time of day. Alright, so... hold on. Where's our patch of grass? Wait, are we missing some trees and shit? Where's my base? There should be a base right there. Okay. Okay. You know, let's just let a second or two of it play. Cause I feel like this didn't load properly. There's the missing trees. Hey, we have a base. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. I do like that. I think that looks so cool. Ooh. Alright. Let's turn cam speed back down to imaginary numbers. What is it at right now? Let's set it to... so half of what it's at right there. I think we're at the wrong patch of grass. It's not that one, I don't think. Okay, okay. mess with. Alright, depth of field isn't even enabled right now. We can do all the depth of field stuff afterwards. Where is my camera lerp? That's time scale. I'm cool with that being at 10%. Camera lerp, where you at, baby? Okay, let's find that middle ground again. I don't want the sad grass, I don't want the happy grass. Okay. I like it, I like it. Nice, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I want to get back into streaming more often because I think I've done enough to set up the foundation for Chat Academy, and I'm also thinking about just streaming on this channel for when I'm working on stuff for Chat Academy and everything. Um, and that way I can still have things that I'm doing on this channel and still be taking care of that project and doing that. Because one of the things that I have found from doing the YouTube stuff for, you know, a year and a half and everything is that it really only wants to reward you for the same thing over and over and over again. So if you do the same thing over and over and over and over again, it'll be happy, but you do too many different things and it gets mad at you because it wants to evaluate everything against what does best, essentially. And it's so I'm doing Chat Academy so that that is a targeted YouTube channel. That is a YouTube channel that is only going to have one type of content in it, and it's going to be very polished content. It is going to be content that a lot of work went into, and it's going to be very unique in its own niche. Excuse me. Whereas even in like your Rust content creators, a lot of them do content all the same way. There's not really people that do anything super special with these cinematics outside of like, oh, I was raiding somebody and I wanted a cool like over the shoulder rocket shot, so they record themselves on a private server shooting a, you know, build ant that they tried to match up to the one that's actually in the video, and is what it is. No one is taking cinematics and building entire things with them. So that's what I think this has the potential to achieve, something really, really special. And I really love Rust. Like this is my main game at this point. I started playing it in February of this year, and let me see if I can pop it up for you real quick. See that playtime, buddy? It's almost 2,000 hours this year alone in this game. So, I mean, I do love this game. I think it's great. I think there is nothing that better encompasses the good and bad parts of the human spirit, of morality. All that stuff is represented so well in this game. There are some of the most amazing, funny, creative, great people in here, and then just some terrible, grimy, ratty, just awful grub players and terrible human beings. And no game has the complete spectrum of humanity been so available, so visible, and at such a core of the aspect of the game. You know what I mean? So I think there's something really special about Rust. It's like Minecraft if there was more psychology and stuff in it. So I like this. I think this is an okay angle. Though I kind of wanted to get one a little bit closer to where like the cabin is the initial focus, and then, oh, there's a base and lighthouse as like a classy aftertouch. So I don't know if it's better to do that from a closer angle up over here. Oh, camera lerp is so bad it's taking me a minute to stop, even though I only turned that setting up for a minute. Jesus. Yeah, problem with camera lerp is it kind of smooths out what you're doing, but it also makes it kind of non-responsive. So if you're going left, it'll kind of keep going left slowly even after you've stopped moving left. So maybe this. I like this. Time scale still turned down really slow, right? Yep, still at 0, 1. What's our camera lerp at? God damn it. There we go. Camera lerp, where are you? Okay, we can mess with all that stuff later. That's cam speed. Yeah, I feel you, man. Again, that's admin time. Do 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 do. Did I just set it manually before? Low camera tilt when lerping rotation. No, I don't think I want that. Alright, so we'll do this, and then we'll do this. That way we can just hit up, and we can switch between turning it to where our recording shot is, and where 1 is, so that it actually stops and does what we want. But we don't want to use that for actual recording, so... maybe starting with it on the top corner, and then having the shot come in. I think I like that a little bit more. Like one where that stuff over there is kind of obscured. Let me take it back a little bit. Pretty sure that's where I want to open up. Let's try the... Was it under debug camera? Yeah, it was. Alright, so... Alright, so what I'm trying to do is have this one line stay on the lighthouse, and then kind of have the cabin mirrored and offset from where the curl is for that. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to be doing with this, or how to actually use that thing, but... playing with whatever we got right now. I feel you, man. Hey, man, that's all you can do sometimes. I feel you. Alright. So this is... We're going to try this one. Alright, go away. Damn it, that was too quick. Alright, we already messed that one up. Back to the start of the shot. Alright. Right there. Is my cam speed down as far as it can go? Yeah. The time scale is really slow too. I don't know how that's gonna... Okay. So to keep the cabin in this shot, we can't keep where we want it on the lighthouse. I don't know how much I like that. So we'll just record a little bit of this angle too. Now we're just essentially just trying to get B-roll for this shot. See if there's something that we don't like more that comes out of some of these. Alright, I like that one a little bit. I think that worked pretty well. Yeah, no, we'll call it right there. Is it moving yet?
What? Was it open crawl? Okay. So that's just gonna fight me. That's cool. How are we doing time-wise? Well, about 2.5 hours. Still working on the opening shot. Strong. Strong. Alright. I don't know why that didn't work. That's frustrating. So, let's turn the... We're just going to manually set it at 20%. Cool, cool. So that should be slow enough that I can get some stuff recorded. Is cameras blurb back up? That was cam speed. Oh, it's still at 001. Just turn the DPI of my mouse down all the way. Alright. I like what the sky's doing right there. I like that. I like that. Nice little slow zoom right there. See if we can fit one more weeds shot into this what we got so far. Slowly rise out of this. All side panning. And there we have our door. I think that's it. I think that's the shot we're going with right there. Let this kind of just fall here. I wish I had the cam zoom settings done, because that's going to just look so awful. I like that. That's clean. The only downside is it's hard to kind of get it to keep with the same like kind of direction. Kind of wants to either go front, left, right. Be cool if I could control and make the light from the lighthouse swoop over the camera right here, but we don't know how to be that fancy yet, kids. I do kind of just like this marshy little boggy looking open bit. Oh, we're at the end of the time thing. I doubt it saved any of that. Damn it. We had too much fun with it, y'all. Alright. So watch this playback. da, 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 da. Putting my director's hat on it. Critiquing my own work. Trash. Trash. Not as in love with that bit. What did it actually get towards the later of that shot from what we were working on? See, it's not that I don't like this one right here, is that there's not enough accenting light for you to be able to see the detail. That's actually not bad. You can really see some of the depth of those. Hold on. Let's back that up right there. Because I think there's a sweet spot right in here somewhere. Like, once most of this section is what's actually in focus, I think that does actually start to look a little clean. I like that. Yeah, that was the one shot that I was like, I think this one's it. I think this one's it. That's not bad. I like the way it starts. I wish I had the zoom settings already done. See, this has a good mix of what I was kind of just talking about, where we see we still got a good balance of dark stuff to light stuff, but there's enough light that you can really see that there's some details and some spots. You know what I mean? Like that. That feels pretty clean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like that as an open. I kind of do. I think that might be our open, boys. Oh, and that's where it stops, isn't it? Ah! That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm plenty okay with that. Alright. Whew. Alright. I think we're down to one now, which I'm pretty sure is just me. Let me close it on my phone. And see if we go down to 0. But I like that. I think that's pretty solid for the first one. And I think I'm going to do a lot more of these cinematic streams just because there's so many Rust content creators that are intimidated by cinematics. I mean, you can kind of see why. In 2 hours, we've gotten we've gotten the first thing kind of done that we like. We have a shot that we're okay with using and going ahead and recording. Oh, just look at the amount of detail real fast up on this lighthouse. Like, even though you have the bright light right here, you are still picking up detail off this side right there, which that's good. Good. Is that ambient light inclusion? I don't know what the term for it is, but it's sexy. I'm a fan of it. I can't lie. But yeah, we've got the amazing detail on that. We've got the corner of this, the plant stuff that's moving and adding depth to the shot. That's our opener, ladies and gentlemen. But we're gonna go ahead and call it there. We're at about 2.5 hours. Unfortunately, having the green screen up in my room just makes it a million more degrees to my PC because my fan can only be on the other side of the green screen. So your boy's melting right now. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. Yusef, if you're still here, brother, I appreciate you, man. And we'll be popping up with more stuff like this and doing some actual videos and everything. Rust, what the concepts and the purpose. So Rust is a survival game where you're essentially just trying to get resources, make weapons, either secure your base or you try to raid other people. It's murder hobo Minecraft is like the easiest way to put it. It's murder hobo Minecraft. It's a lot of fun, and it can also be very rage inducing, but it's fun stuff. Plus, it gives you the tools for doing this crazy stuff. Which I don't know if you're familiar with like Red vs. Blue. But that was like a little mini series that somebody made using like Halo 2 or some shit. So I'm just trying to do something similar to that. Yeah, I got you, man. I'll be around. I'll be around. Don't worry. And I'll also shoot you the link so that you can kind of see the project stuff and everything that I'm working on. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out, and catch your boy in the next one, cause we out of here. Deuces. Oh, gotta hit the button twice. YouTube troll.